how are you? It's Misty. How you doing? I guess it's time for a little update. I'm at home. I have been at home for a week because I had surgery. As the title says, divorced, still single, cancer, and hysterectomy. For real, sorry. I'm on a roller coaster called life, yeah. I'm about ready to get off this roller coaster, this twisty ride, and start living a good life. The girl issues mentioned in the last video on the beach, it turned out to be the discovery of endometrial carcinoma stage 2. Turns out that I had a plum-sized tumor in my uterus and it was cancerous. It's called adenocarcinoma. I had a radical hysterectomy, and that's where they take the uterus, your cervix, your fallopian tubes, and your ovaries. I have a 5-inch scar underneath my fupa, above my hoo-ha, and it's healing pretty well. And then I have 5 1-inch incisions on my belly where the robot was supposed to do. This camera's really shaky. The robot was supposed to do the surgery, but they had to go in and get it. I read the pathology report, and from my layman's knowledge of what it says, it looks pretty promising. I hope this is all, and this is all I have to do. I might have to do some chemo pills or something, just to make sure that it didn't spread to any of my other organs, but I'll know more about it. Well, that way is much better. Anyways, I'll know more about the pathology report and stuff once I talk to the oncologist. They are in Orlando. It is the Cancer Institute in Orlando, Advent Health, and they have been amazing. Let's see what else. I'm hopeful that the procedure that I had has taken care of all of the cancer, and that I don't have to do any kind of radiation or chemo. But the outer organs, the ovaries and the cervix and the fallopian tubes, they showed benign, no cancer in those. And they took out lymph nodes too, 2 of them. And they did a mapping, they called it mapping. And that's to see if it could have possibly spread to anywhere else in the body. And those were negative for any signs of cancer in there. But when I go to my appointment on Tuesday, they're gonna remove my 12 staples. And I'll show you the pictures right here. Ew, right? Ugh. Anyway, you saw my gorgeous and voluptuous body. Anyway, I just want to feel better. I want to get my life back on track. I want to live a quality and good life. I want to start doing stuff again. Things that I can not have a bunch of pain. I didn't realize I was in a lot of pain. And even in my video on the beach, I had mentioned that I was in pain. But I'm grateful for all my family and my friends. They have shown me so much love and support. And even those beautiful flowers behind me, some girls sent me from work, my work family. They've been incredibly good. I'm on FMLA, so work is understanding, and you know, and they know that this is not in my control, and there's nothing, you know, it's a disease. Let's see what else. I want to eventually explore more in life. I do. I want to date, and eventually find love and stability. My circle of people, my friends, and like I said, my family have just been really, really great. After having this health scare, and possibly having death knock on your door of life, I can see things a little more clearly. And I've grown tremendously in the past 4 years. Things or situations that I felt would never happen to me, they've shown up in full force. And I've got a more spiritual connection with God, Jesus, and like I felt family and friends around me. Like the weirdest thing happened the day after I found out my diagnosis. I felt so alone. I cried. I was very upset. I was scared, I was scared. Shit, you're getting cancer, man. You're scared. I saw my phone or in the car, and when you hook your Bluetooth up, it says missed call from a friend who died 5 years ago, Carrie. How did Carrie call me? Yeah, explain that. And then in the hospital, my aunt came and whispered a word in my mom's ear that I said when I was a little girl. And I called my freckles Smarkles when I was little. And my mom was kind of sitting in the chair and zoning out, and she just goes, Smarkle. And at the time, I'm like, Mom, you're talking weird. Go back to sleep. And well, it hit her later. Smarkles, when I was a little girl, me and my Aunt Debbie, she babysat me a lot while Mom worked. And I called my freckles Smarkles. And it just comes up, 30 years later, or 40 years later. And my mom's like, oh my gosh, it was Debbie. And that was my mom's sister who passed away. And here's the tattoo that reminds me of her. That was crazy. And then Dragonfly that was zooming around the backyard was following me all over. It was weird. My mom had took my diagnosis a little harder than I think I did. She cried. She was very upset. But she's been an amazing support. I hope one day to look back on my mid-40s and think, those were the hardest times of my life. With my ex-husband cheating and finding a girl 20 years younger than me, and then them having a baby, and then ripping my son out of my life, stepson, but still consider him my son, ripping him out of my life, and then almost losing a place to live and not being, and faced almost being homeless, and then being diagnosed with cancer and having to have a hysterectomy, and just man. So I hope that one day I just look back at this road and think, oh my God, I'm glad those days are over. I'm glad that's over, and just live the rest of my life as happy as I can be. My mom is a warrior. I said she looked death straight in the face, and she said, not today, bitch. Not today. Because my mom is stage 4 adenocarcinoma, colon cancer survivor, and she had chemo, radiation. She had her colon removed, her liver, it metastasized to her liver and lymph nodes throughout, a big part of her body. She got MRSA. My mom has had shingles. That woman, a heart attack. She just had a heart attack. Still smoke, well, not that one, but this one. I stayed in contact with my friend Bobby. He's been a light in a dark place. He's been someone to talk to throughout this situation. I've been really grateful for that. However, he's still with his situationship, and which is fine. I don't have much vested feelings in that. I still consider him my friend. We're friends. We'll see how time handles that. She's supposed to move out, and he's supposed to be going his own separate ways, but we'll see. We'll always be friends regardless. My cruise is coming up, my girls cruise with my golden girls, Rachel, Emily, and Jen. That's in September, and we're really looking forward to that. Today we are supposed to buy moo-moos and have moo-moos and mimosas. That sounds like fun. And one of the friends wants to do a golden girls night, but I don't want to buy wigs, stuff like that. I'm pretty, all right, whatever. I do worry about my ability to be around the girls or around people for 5 solid days, because I'm used to being alone and like doing my own thing when I want to do it. And the group thing is foreign to me, so I'm kind of nervous about that. But these girls love me and I love my girls, and I know that they'll accept me no matter what, and we'll just work through it together. My hair's getting long, right? I need it cut and colored. Let's see. I do have questions for how I'm going to feel in the future. My emotions are very blah right now. Like, I seem happy and jovial because I'm on YouTube talking to you guys, but I don't feel really happy, and I don't feel extremely sad either. I'm basically numb. I mean, my physical body hurts. I do hurt. My abdomen really hurts getting up and getting down and getting out of bed and sitting in one spot for a while. And but I'm managing that challenge. I wonder how, like, in the future, like, how sex is gonna be. I did some research and they said that I might not have much of a sex drive or libido. I hope that's not the case, because I enjoy that. I enjoy intimacy. I enjoy physical touch. I enjoy that, and I just hope that doesn't go away. I'm too young to be celibate. Anyway, maybe I'll get a compassionate, loving man who is understanding and patient and can help me maybe relearn my body and relearn things and get adjusted to how things are now and how things are gonna be down there. I'm anxious though. Anyways, that's about it. I just wanted to say thank you for listening and coming back and checking in on me. Sorry about the graphic details or graphic pictures. I just wanted to remember my battle. I want to see how they appeared in a future update. And maybe I rewatch my own videos and look back on things and think, oh my gosh, how much I've grown since then, or how different I look, or how different things are. I've included some pictures, as you've seen. I'm going to include some flowers everybody sent me. I love everything, and I'm so thankful for how generous people have been and how kind. I continue to pray for God's mercy and His blessings on my life, and continue to heal me and help me find a way to get better. I know some people in this world are going through hard times, and many things are happening, like this horrible flood in Texas right now is awful, and the war and all this big beautiful bill shit. I'm sorry I cussed. Anyway, things are very difficult to manage sometimes in life, but I continue to keep God first, and I continue to confide in my Lord and Savior. And until next time, thank you for watching.